Sonic 3 is fast approaching and I'm excited to see it because even though the Sonic movies aren't the best, they're still a lot of fun to watch. Especially with how impressive the CGI looks and how well Sonic blends into the real life scenes, which is surprising considering the reactions to the first Sonic trailer. For those who don't recall, this is how Sonic originally appeared in the first trailer.
Gotta go fast.
Yeah, he looks fucking hideous. The backlash of this trailer was so severe that they delayed the movie for months to realize Sonic's character model. Eventually, after a few months, we got the new trailer showing the new Sonic. I do wish they kept the Gangsta's Paradise song as the trailer's music, but hey, they fixed the biggest issue everyone had, so I can't really complain about it. The team that made the Sonic movie deserves big props for actually making the necessary changes to enhance the movie's quality. The movie would have been the same, but it would have been less enjoyable, not because of the plot, but because of the visuals. Even though the visuals aren't the sole reason for a movie's greatness, they do certainly play a good significant role on how good it is. Movies with exceptional visuals are more enjoyable to watch. A good example of this is the movie Avatar. Ew, not that Avatar movie. I'm talking about the Avatar movie that has a 10-foot blue alien cat. This movie was the highest grossing film for a decade, and not because it's a masterpiece, but because it has stunning visuals, which attracted a large audience to the theaters. I'm not implying that Sonic doesn't have a compelling story, because I genuinely believe it does. We witnessed the beginning of the movie how Sonic ended up on Earth, and found himself in a situation where he essentially needed to be alone in a world inhabited by billions of people. Even though Sonic's the very positive hedgehog, we quickly realize how this is affecting him. It's hard to see all these people in Green Hill living together and having a connection that Sonic can never have. He knows he's special, which puts not only him in danger, but also everyone around him. There's a reason why Sonic gets mad at Tom for wanting to leave Green Hill for San Francisco. Sonic sees that Tom has everything he ever wanted and is leaving it all behind. Even though we see Sonic as the most positive character in this movie, we do get a few small moments throughout the movie that show that he's actually really lonely. The baseball scene is a great example. Sonic's having a blast recreating the one he witnessed earlier of the kids playing the baseball game. As he recreates the game and as he reaches the final base, he celebrates. But he pauses and looks around. It's eerily silent. He tries to recreate the moment, but he realizes that he'll never experience the same feeling alone. The cheers from the crowd, yay, made the moment truly special. Sonic's emotional depth lies in his quest for a single friend. However, due to his immense power, he can risk putting anyone in danger, leading him to remain hidden in the shadows, without a home. That's not the only emotional conflict the movie portrays. As I mentioned earlier, Tom is leaving Green Hills for San Francisco. He feels like he has no purpose there as a sergeant, as the crime is virtually non-existent. Seeking a greater purpose, he yearns to make a positive impact and change lives, rather than being Green Hills' handyman. Then Tom meets Sonic when he's on the run from Robotnik, and this is where the fun really begins. The journey to San Francisco for Sonic's rings is so enjoyable to watch, especially since this is the first actual interaction Sonic has since he left home, and despite his best efforts, Sonic fails to befriend Tom.
Good plan. Great plan. We're already working so well together. Practically finishing each other's sentences. Okay, bye.
The short montage in the bar where Sonic fills out his bucket list is one of my favorite scenes in the movie. I know the ending is essentially a copy of the Quicksilver scene in the X-Men movies, but with Sonic. However, I can't help but love this scene. Even though Sonic is so enjoyable to watch in this movie, he's not the most entertaining character in this movie. That title goes to Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik. He steals the show from his very first appearance, and he's clearly having a great time playing this character. There's a reason why he came out of retirement to play him not only a third time, but also as the grandpa of Robotnik. He genuinely enjoys playing this character, and from what I heard and read, he essentially has the freedom to portray Robotnik in any way he pleases. He literally stated that Sonic 2 will be his last movie, yet he returned to portray two characters for Sonic 3, which demonstrates the great work the team making the Sonic movies is doing, especially since Keanu Reeves is playing the movie side villain, Shadow. For those unaware, Keanu Reeves doesn't just accept any role he's offered. He's been offered roles worth millions of dollars and has turned them down to be in the SpongeBob SquarePants movie as a fucking tumbleweed. A fucking tumbleweed. That's fucking hilarious.
Thanks. I'm made out of sage and I am a sage, so it works out pretty well.
So if Keanu is in the movie, it means the team behind it is doing something right. Let's talk more about Sonic 1, I'll talk more about Sonic 3 when I go watch it. As I mentioned earlier, Jim Carrey absolutely loves playing Dr. Robotnik, and it's evident in his performance in this movie. Take this scene, for instance, where he's waiting for the analysis of Sonic's quill to finish. He is dancing around his lab, having the time of his life. This movie is mostly entertaining and humorous, but it also takes some serious turns. For example, the scene where Sonic realizes his loneliness is very powerful, especially in the final battle where Tom tells Robotnik that Sonic is his friend. This scene is significant because earlier in the movie we see Tom read Sonic's bucket list, which says one thing: make a friend. This provides Sonic with the motivation he needed to confront Robotnik and banish him to the Mushroom World. I thought that this would be confirmation that Mario exists in this world, but the release of the Super Mario Bros. Movie has revealed no such connection, rendering my theory wrong. Motherfucker. After Green Hill is saved, we see Tom and Maddie rebuild their home. They essentially adopt Sonic when they bring all his belongings from his cave to their basement, allowing him to live with them. This is such a scene because it symbolizes Sonic finally having a real home, something he's been wanting for a long time. I enjoyed the movie and I'm glad they made more of these films. They're a joy to watch and they delve into surprisingly serious topics that were interesting to see when we were watching this movie. As a result, I'm giving Sonic the Hedgehog a solid 8 out of 10. Sonic 2 is a decent movie. Like, don't get me wrong, I still enjoy watching it, but I can't help but feel that there's something lacking in this one compared to the last one. I just can't quite put my finger on it. But I will say the pacing of this movie is slightly affected by Rachel's wedding. Although they don't show much of it, I feel like I could trim down some of the scenes. Like, I get the random introduction. That scene is crucial. Not only is he Rachel's fiance, but he's also a gun agent who's revealed to be undercover later in the movie. Those scenes I understand, but the one where Tom is being destroyed and volleyball by Randall is entirely unnecessary. Tom's playful antics with JoJo where he solves the rings is also very unnecessary. The only reason that scene exists is to give Tom an excuse to punch Randall later in the movie. I have a feeling that he's added some of these scenes to extend the runtime. Like Sonic 1 was like an hour and 40 minutes long, while Sonic 2 was like slightly over 2 hours long. Like, I feel like this was on purpose because a lot of these movie studios prefer their films to reach the 2 hour mark, which a lot of the times they don't need to be, and a lot of times it hurts the movie. Also, can I just say, what the fuck was Gunn doing in Hawaii? While their plan ultimately worked out, it felt more like a convenient plot device than a well thought out strategy. Sonic's sudden appearance in Hawaii was not part of his adventure at all. He was searching for the Master Emerald, which was also conveniently near where the wedding was. If he hadn't been chosen Siberia at all and lost all his rings, he would have not ended up in the wedding where all the gun agents were. Like, yes, I understand I shouldn't be overanalyzing this because it's a kid's movie, but it's just something that bothered me throughout the movie. Like, why are they there? Shouldn't they be going to Tom's house when he's alone? Also, I need something to complain about since I glazed the fuck out of the first movie and I had to find something to criticize about this one, but that's not gonna last long because I'm gonna glaze this one too. In my opinion, the biggest improvement in this movie compared to the last one was the portrayal of Robotnik by Jim Carrey. Like, I didn't have an issue with his character at all in the first movie. His acting was great, but his appearance was different than how he normally looks in the games. I'm pretty sure most of you watching this video have either played a Sonic game or watched one of the old Sonic TV shows, so you know how Robotnik should look. However, when you compare his appearance in Sonic 1 to like the TV show, the games, or anything else that Robotnik's been in, he's not the same. He's not this fat dude with just a long weird mustache. But in Sonic 2, he looks more like Robotnik, especially with his shaved head, longer mustache, and the little goggles he has. And I appreciate the change so much. It also seems like they're dumbing down this in Sonic 3, because in the trailers, Robotnik has gained weight, and he looks more like the Eggman we all know. Plus, he's as funny as ever in this movie, especially since we open up this movie with him escaping the Mushroom Planet. Like, this segment of Jim Carrey just fucking around, doing his little gadget things, and almost cursing is hilarious.
Hey, Stone. It's time to say goodbye to this piece of shit. What did he say?
Especially since we end the scene with being introduced to the side villain of this movie, Knuckles.
Ah! Shit!
And let me just say, Knuckles is so awesome. Not only is he a badass, but he's incredibly funny. Especially with serious demeanor, his voice actor Idris Elba has such a deep voice that perfectly complements Knuckles' character. While watching Sonic 2, I also came to the realization who Knuckles reminds you of. NBA superstar Kawhi Leonard. For those unfamiliar with the NBA, the National Basketball Association, Kawhi Leonard is one of the most renowned superstars. He's known as a down-to-earth guy, and adding his serious attitude to the mix makes him hilarious. If you search out Kawhi Leonard funny moments, you'll understand why I compare him to Knuckles. Knuckles isn't the only new character we're introduced in this movie. We're also introduced to Tails, Sonic's best friend. If you saw the last movie, you'll recall that Tails appeared in the post-credit scene and you knew he was going to be in this movie. There wasn't really anything in his character that really caught my attention, except that he knows a little too much about Sonic.
Wait, so you've been watching me this whole time? Even in the shower?
Ah, that's a trick question. Sonic the Hedgehog prefers bubble bath.
But throughout the movie, he proves to be a decent sidekick for Sonic. Like, he complements him very well since Sonic is very impulsive and tends to act before thinking due to his immense power, while Tails is the opposite. He doesn't possess any extraordinary power like Sonic or Knuckles. However, he is highly intelligent and creates gadgets to not only help him, but Sonic as well throughout the movie. But it's also important to note that Tails doesn't only help Sonic, but Sonic also helps Tails throughout the movie. As I mentioned earlier, Tom's role in the first movie was to help Sonic in making a friend. In the end of the movie, we see Sonic and Tom become friends. And now that Tails is on Earth, helping Sonic, someone he admires, and observing how Sonic considers him a friend, Tails feels a connection he never experienced back at home. Before they head to bed in the cabin in Siberia, Tails explains to Sonic that he's an outcast at home because he's the only one with two tails in his village, and people find him strange. However, seeing Sonic being weird too, but being celebrated as a legend when he saved Green Hill, inspired him to embrace his two tails and come help him with his mission. This is a very heartwarming moment and is very touching since Sonic, who was struggling to make friends in the last movie with Tom, is now helping Tails build a friendship. He understands the loneliness of a life without a friend better than anyone else, so he wants to help Tails prevent him from being lonely like he was. But Sonic's kindness doesn't stop there, he also helps Knuckles. But with Knuckles, it's slightly different. Unlike Tails, Knuckles wasn't an outcast from his village, he was a sole survivor. The movie explains that Knuckles is the last of the Echidna tribe, and after they fought for the Master Emerald, eventually all of them died except for Knuckles. Knuckles was the last of his people when he was just a kid, and as a result, he never really developed connections with others, and Robotnik was his first friend, which is why he was so naive when Robotnik betrayed him and took the Master Emerald for himself. Knuckles genuinely saw Robotnik as a friend, so he never imagined he could betray him. However, Sonic saved him from being all alone. Earlier in the movie, Sonic had a small heart-to-heart moment with Knuckles when Sonic pointed out that they lost everything on the same day. The opening scene from the first movie shows that fateful day when the Echidna tribe attacked Longclaw and she sends Sonic to Earth to protect him, and her and the Echidna tribe die after the battle, which left both Knuckles and Sonic alone. Even though Sonic has found a new home and has mostly moved on from his past, Knuckles hasn't, and with him being betrayed by Robotnik, it seems like he will never find one, until Sonic saves him from the rubble, even knowing that he doesn't know how to swim. After Knuckles returns the favor and saves Sonic, they talk for a bit and Knuckles asks Sonic one thing: why, despite them losing everything on the same day, why he seems so hopeful and free and has moved forward unlike him. Which Sonic explains that he didn't do it alone, he found a new home and a new family here on Earth and reaches his hand out to give him the same chance. After Knuckles joins Sonic and Tails, they go to defeat Robotnik and successfully retrieve the Master Emerald after Sonic went Super Saiyan. Then all three of them decide to form a new group that unites everyone and keeps the Master Emerald safe. You might assume that since Sonic is helping others in this movie, he didn't learn anything from this movie. However, Sonic did learn how to become a hero. It might sound strange to say that Sonic barely became a hero in the end of the second movie, but it is true. While he may have saved Green Hill in the first movie, we see in the beginning of the second movie that he's impulsive and reckless, trying to be a hero by stopping a bank robbery in Seattle. Tom explained to Sonic that he endangered people, which is not what heroes do, and that he needs more time to mature before he can become a true hero. Although he's still working on it by the end of the movie, he's taking the right steps, and I'm excited to see his journey continue in the third film. That's all I'm gonna share for now, because if I keep going, I'm gonna upload this video when the trailer of the 4th movie comes out. So I'm gonna end it right here. So what did I give Sonic 2? I do like this movie. I enjoyed this movie, but I feel like the first one was a little better. So I'm gonna give Sonic 2 a 7 out of 10. I know I'm super late for this review because Sonic 3 has been out for almost a month now. From I'm recording this right now, I'm looking at the thing. it's the 18th of January, so I'm so late. I'm sorry. I'll try to upload this maybe hopefully in the next few hours because it's 3 a.m. right now. But I watched Sonic 3. I've written up like half the script, which is not the best. Well, in my defense, I watched Sonic 3 like a few days ago, so I was kind of busy for most of January. So I watched it. I'm gonna finish the script. So for now, go down to the comments and tell me your opinion about this movie, and I want to hear your opinion about if you liked it as much as I did, or you think it's overrated. Whichever, I would like to hear your opinions about this movie. And that is all. Hopefully see you in the Sonic 3 review, and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.